Greetings once again, minecraftia. This is the Winkbot coming at you with a little bit of a server review here. This is a single player world that I'm working on in Vanilla 1.7, and I just wanted to take a minute and kind of show you guys what I've been doing. This area here has been a little bit difficult for me to navigate and to form into a brand new type of place here. The terrain was pretty much just like this over here, with lots of different layers, lots of, work if you want to actually flatten out and level out an area. But I have managed to come together with a few different things that I'm liking quite a bit. So I'm going to take just a moment here and show you some of the things that I've built. Okay, so we'll start the tour here on my bridge. This is one of the newer additions. Just a nice little curved bridge to get from one side to the other here. Sugarcane farm is of course a great place to start any farming process. And I just got a villager that's trapped over here. Originally I was using that as a test for a monster spawner, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. A couple of houses here. This is mostly just like a crafting station where I can make a bunch of smooth stone or glass or whatever I need. I do have a redstone wiring system. These lamps turn on and off with the day cycle. This is in the process of being built, so it hasn't yet been finished out. And a good portion of this is still in the process of being built. I find one of the things I'm really good at is building things that look epic on the outside, and then when it comes to actually putting furniture and things inside of those houses, I have more space than I know what to do with. So here's another little area. This is my main castle over here. Before we get to that, let me show you the gardens. So just a flick of a switch, we let the water loose. All of these beautiful potatoes are going to come down, drop into the hole, and end up right here. And I probably don't have enough room for all of them, but they're just about done coming down. Okay. We'll leave those there for now. I've got carrots and I've got wheat. Your standard farming stuff. I had a pen over here full of cows, but my cows seem to be escaping. I was doing a bunch of cattle breeding. And let's get all this out of here if we can. 2 stacks and then some. Okay. I'll come back up here and replant this at another time. And these are just regular pistons right here, no big deal. So, another awesome thing that I've got going on here is it's kind of like a fire water temple. And I'm still working on this as well. Where'd all my water go? You know what? I went to the Nether recently, and I don't believe I replaced that top block, which means that it has turned to ice. And getting some frame rate issues here. Sorry, guys. Okay. That's where we'll head in a little bit. That's my EXP farm. And let me go ahead and get this working again. And here it is with the water flowing again. Take a look at the inside. Got this nice little water curtain coming down. And ultimately it's a water elevator as well. As long as my top block of water doesn't freeze out, then it usually maintains its pristine look there. Okay, so let's take it up a little bit farther. This is the interior of my diamond pyramid-ish type shape. As you can see, I've had some creeper damage in here, and I'm in the process of rebuilding. But that is why I've been playing on peaceful for a while now, is because I'm trying to make some creative stuff, and I have not enabled cheats on this world, as I will show you here. Yeah, well, let's make sure. Game mode 1, Do not have permission to use this command. So no cheating, this was all built legit. Went down and mined everything out of the earth. This part back here used to all be mountain, and I actually took a bunch of dynamite to it. So, a little bit of landscaping. More landscaping than I typically like to do in a Minecraft game, to be perfectly honest. This is the upper portion right here. And I've just got some basics up here, some chests, bed. We're going to take the stairs up if the frame rate will allow me to. And I'm going to pick this up from the top. And here's the top of my structure. Yeah, that's everywhere that I'm building. I was trying to make like a giant mana tree, or just a giant awesome tree, but apparently you can only build up to a certain height, which would be right there, and then trees will not grow any taller than that. And then up there, that's my spawner, my EXP farm. Here's some of the natural terrain, what it looks like around. I believe I'm in an extreme hills biome, which has been pretty fun to build in, I have to admit. Okay, so moving right along. I don't want to drop down there. So essentially how I started this world, I found a cave in a hill, and in that cave I built just like a little balcony. And I used to have all my farms in here. All those farms down there used to be in here. And I'm still deciding where my melons and my pumpkins are going to go. And then I've been doing some massive interior redecorating. This is going to be pretty awesome looking when it's done. I used to have a map right there, and I used to have a clock right there, and then I logged in one day and they were gone. Still haven't figured out what has happened. And I haven't had the inclination to put them back. But let's get these frames back up on the wall here. That way when I do decide what I want to do, they're where they need to be. Let's see here. This game I've recently finished the end. Just killed the Ender Dragon. I have a decent collection of music discs. Armor all over the place. Diamond, diamond, diamond. It's all damage from fighting and stuff. And okay. So, the interior, like I said, I'm still working on a lot of this. Here is my villager... I don't want to say villager torture chamber or anything, but... Oh no. I think I might have had a villager die. There was one in that corner there. Oh well. But these guys can be rather difficult to lure and get into a stable position where you can actually get them into a shop setup like that. But I've tried to go for symmetry in this. I really need to work on how I'm getting up and down. This ladder is really the only central location. Melons. There's my staircase into the depths of the world. And we're back out over here. So I'm gonna pause it here and I'll see you at the top of my base. And here's the bottom of my tree that I was working on. And I do have some, you know, spiral staircases going up. Not entirely sure that I want to eliminate this, but it is kind of in the way. It didn't turn out to be what I wanted it to be. I might build a lighthouse here instead. Let's see, and then I have to climb the vines. And that gets me to the ladder. Daytime. Okay. So during my time in this world, I learned that monsters don't spawn if you have half slabs. So I've done half slabs just everywhere I could to help prevent monsters from spawning, especially Endermen, because they really do like to steal all your stuff. My frame rate seems to be dropping. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's my little crafty craft for enchantments. If we head over this way, the lag's not going to let me do anything. And we're going to try to get to the meat of my monster farm here. This is the collection bay. Attack anything that lands right there. And here's where I stand while I'm waiting for stuff to kind of come through. Now the little guys actually can get through that setup that I have, so I've built another layer. This allows me to stand safely while I'm waiting for my mobs to collect. Now the design that I chose actually does have a big problem with spiders. And the only way that I have figured to rid myself of those spiders is to set up some sticky pistons and crush them. So this is a timer that I have going. That's two hoppers hooked into each other. They're passing some redstone back and forth, and then it moves this redstone block. And then we get a signal that goes through here. This tower right here exists as a remnant of an experiment from a spider catch. So all it's currently doing is inverting the signal on this side, and then passing it up to those, and to these. So here's one of my spider traps. If I'm coming up here, it's taking too long, I can just manually kill anything off, collect their strings. And this was the original platform, that's why all my boxes and stuff are here. And you notice all the half slabs so that I can prevent extra spawns that I don't want. That's something I built much later. It was supposed to be just an Enderman only spawner, or to increase the likelihood of Endermen spawning so that I could get Ender pearls. But after hours and hours of work, it turned out to be easier for me to hunt them just on the ground than to actually try and get them to spawn in any reasonable sort of manner. A little observation deck. This is where you see the majority of them collecting. And sometimes they don't like to go all the way through, and if you're standing at the window, then they see you, and it just kind of helps them move along. Alright, so I'll see you at the top. Okay, and this is the actual spawner itself. As you can see, I have a more elaborate version of the timer system. That timer sends a signal through here, powers that, allows that signal to go through, and then it sends a pulse. Now we have these triangular collection platforms, which will fill with water, knock everything into the ravines below, and then the whole cycle begins. And I've got this built up several layers. So if I turn this on, head down to the collection chamber here, yep, we've already got one spawned. The rest should be falling down here shortly. Yep. And they help push each other into that little hole right there. And the Rube Goldberg sheen begins. Ow. I have been knocked off to my death before. This is one little spider catch that I keep up here, because they can be extra annoying. The spiders jam this system like there's no tomorrow. Let's see, let's pause here. I'll show you what happens in this segment. Sounds like some skeletons are drowning up top. The ones that don't like to come through, they drown, so you just get their drops. It's pretty nice. As we float down to the bottom, we just gotta make sure we catch that layer. And there we go. And that's my EXP farm. Gets me a lot of monster items as well. This is also where I collected essentially all of my discs from skeletons killing creepers. Do be aware that if you get too close and you're killing like this and a creeper sees you, he can and will explode. And I've had to rebuild this thing so many times, it's not even funny. I've got plenty of items, so I'm just going to turn it back to peaceful. And yeah. So this is my main overworld base. I don't really have much going on in the nether, and I did find my, what's it called, stronghold, out in that direction over there. And I got to the end, I defeated the ender dragon, so all that's good. At this point, I'm just preparing to fight the wither boss, and of course the lag during my videos. So, there will be more Minecraft videos coming up. I do plan on doing a new series. I really wish they would get to updating a lot of the mods. Computercraft is one of my favorites. I would love to play Computercraft with 1.7. I would also like to play, maybe some Tekkit or something like that with a more updated version of the Minecraft's, guts. But until they come out with that, maybe I'll do a vanilla, or maybe I'll just do like a 1.52 Tekkit Let's Play. But either way, thanks for tuning in. Once again, my name is Winkbot, and everybody, have a great day.